So I think the thing that got me into the winemaking was my dad many years ago. I watched him make wine, and I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I thought it was kind of exciting to see something different. And then he lost it. I guess he didn't do it for many years. Then we moved to Davis. He got back into it, and I was a little older, so I helped out. And then bing bang boom, I started learning the ropes and watching him excel at the winemaking, and he made some incredible wines. And when you start looking at going out and buying a wine, so when I was in college and you go out and buy a wine and you see the price tag of it and you think, gosh, the stuff my dad's making blows this away. As a small producer, I could get my grapes anywhere, but I focused on getting my fruit from Oakville, which to me is ground zero for California cold Cabernets. And when I say that, when you look at who are the winemakers in that appellation, you've got Harlan Estates, you've got Opus One, you've got Martha's Vineyard, you've got some of the highest end producers, Screaming Eagle. I'll go there and check out the vines daily come harvest time, and drop any fruit that I don't want. Those rows are my rows. So when I'm going through them, I'm acting like I own that vineyard. So I'm doing sorting on the vine, I'm doing harvesting them with the workers, and doing sorting out in the field. I bring them back in a flatbed truck and I distim them, and then all of that is stored out in my cold storage room, which we'll see in a minute. I do a cold soak for up to 5 or 6 days, which just basically keeps fermentation at bay, but during that period, that's when a lot of the color and the flavor is imparted into the wine. The interesting part about it is if we tried to do this in Napa, it would take $5–10 million because of the cost of land. So doing it here, it's still expensive, but it's something that it's eased into it. Every year I sold wine, I bought new equipment. So over the last 7 or 8 years now, I've got pretty much some of the nicest state-of-the-art equipment that you'd see in any winery in Napa, just on a much smaller scale. I'm constantly coming down here, not only smelling but tasting, and it's just you got to use your sensory evaluation at all times on the wine. After the cold soak, I bring it out, inoculate with different types of yeast. So I get the yeast going, and that's probably about a 2 to 3 week process of fermentation. Then the part that we filmed was the pressing, which is basically now separating the wine from the skins and seeds. So what we did was we first pumped out all the juice, which is called the free run, and we put that in barrels and tanks, and then we placed the skins and seeds into it's a hydraulic basket press, and then gently pressed out the remaining juice. So what you're trying to do is, at a certain point when too much pressure is applied, you're starting to break the skins and the seeds down, and you're getting harsh tannins, which you can taste, and that's what you're trying to avoid. So at a certain point when too much pressure is applied, that's when you back off and you're done. After about 16 to 18 months, I start working on the blend, and that blend could, it could take me another 2 or 3 months to perfect that blend. But once I do that, then I put it back in the barrel to come together as a blend for 2 or 3 months before bottling it. I went to Davis High and UC Davis, and I studied chemical engineering. I did that for a few years, then I actually ended up getting my degree in civil engineering. After many years passed, Dr. Scheller and I started making beer together. Then we graduated into winemaking, and we did it for several years, and it turned out really good. We were making some incredible wines, and then I wanted to take it to the next step and make it a family business, because I knew down the road engineering was something that I've always, I always had a job in technical sales, but I wanted to do the winemaking full time. I go out to all the restaurants that I think are the right match for my wines, because my wines are, they're not inexpensive, but I have several price points in my wines. I have a lower end, which is my Cuvée or my Pinot, which is in the $39 to $50 range, and my Cabernet is at the $95 range. So they're pretty expensive wines, and in this economy, it's kind of a tough sell. So yes, I do go out to talk to them personally, because I think it means more coming from the winemaker, from the owner, from my point of view, why they should be buying that wine, and I think it makes them feel better about promoting local, because I'm the guy that makes it. This year's blend is a blend of Cab. I think it's 50% Cab, 25% Cab Franc, 21 Merlot, and 4% Petit Verdot. And we wanted to come up with a unique name, and my dad's middle name is Rudolph, so since it's being released for the holidays, we call it Rudolph's Red.